Celestial Praise Ministries, a virtual non-denominational ministry serving all people of all faiths everywhere. Featuring Bishop Phil Willis. Brought to you by Jeff Sounds Productions. For all your professional voiceover needs, from voicemail greetings and music on hold to radio and television commercials. See the voices heard around the world at www.jeffsounds.com. Now, here's Bishop Phil Willis.
And I'll just touch on them. I don't want to destroy the spirituality altogether. It's been a wonderful service. But I got to let you know that I'm ticked off. I'm worse than ticked off. I'm right down pissed off. Just like a lot of you folks are with President Obama and his crazy team. Whoever they are. Everybody that I know and everybody I don't know, anybody that hold a job, know that January the 1st, the government started hitting your check harder and you taking home less money. They hold out more Social Security, more federal tax, more local tax. They taking more money. Some folk got a raise January the 1st, and they can't even feel it in their check because the government started taking out more January the 1st of 2013 than they raise. But yet these United States of America, which I love, but they wrong, they out of order on so many levels anymore. The United States of America government need to get themselves together. In the sad state of this economy, when can't nobody hardly get a job, you got folks out here trying to buy a job. I seen on television this morning a woman with a master's degree, and she say if whoever helped her get a job in her field where she worked, that she will give them her first month's salary. Some folks can't even buy a job. But yet, this presidential inauguration, which is going to be not much more or less than a drunken brawl, the taxpayers are paying for every dime of it. In excess of $50 million. Now see, here's what pisses me off. Monday is this big gala thing outside. You know, Rita sang last time he was, you know, you've seen it, it goes on every 4 years, been doing it our whole life. That was a whole big thing on the steps outside, you know, everybody in their overcoats and act like they ain't cold, but really they are, and they got portable heaters. So, you know, but here's the thing about this. Monday, by the time you watch that on television, guess what? He's already been inaugurated. He's already been re-inaugurated, should I say. That takes place tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, in a private ceremony behind closed doors. So, in other words, we, the taxpayers, are forking over $50 million for a show on Monday. It's a sad commentary. I just had to get that out because I know some of you folks haven't got a venue. The only thing you can do is make a status on Facebook. So I'm speaking for you and even you. And it makes no difference what you think about me. Because you don't pay my bills, but I know most of you feeling right along with me. Well. Then I thought Chicago public school system was the only jacked up school system in the world. And without having to do any research, we've been to our school system here, been falling apart for years at a time. The last 2 weeks, folks that I know that are not from this area, not from Chicago, they're from other cities. And this week, one of them really hit me hard. So bad that he's going to give up teaching school altogether. He said, Bishop, let me tell you something. I'm teaching high school. These kids can't even do 5th grade mathematics. They're reading at a third grade level. This is not in Chicago, but it's the same thing in Chicago. We got the same thing. These kids in high school can't do fifth grade math. They're reading at a third and fourth grade level. He said, let me tell you something, Bishop. I've had it with the school system, and this is in the city where he is. He said, we don't even have textbooks so that our students can take them home and do their homework. We have to print worksheets. And then we got to print one on one side and one on the other because they're riding us to save paper and to save ink in the copy machines and so on and so forth. But when you look at our basketball team, and when you look at our football team, and when you look at all of our athletics departments, he said they've got the biggest budget in our school system, and they look like they playing pro. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something wrong with that. Everybody's not going to the NBA. Everybody's not going to NFL. Everybody's not going to play baseball professionally. Everybody's not going to play for the Chicago Fire or whatever the soccer team is. Everybody's not going to be Serena Vanessa Williams. It's a sad commentary that this is happening not only in Chicago, but in a lot of other major cities. We don't have textbooks in the classroom. The teachers have to make copies of worksheets. The students don't have textbooks to use. If they got them, two and three got to use the same textbook in the classroom, but they can't take them home because there ain't enough to go around for every class. But yet we got our basketball team looking all good to go, and our football team all good to go, so that when they go play at another school, they look like they playing for the pro. They in pro basketball, pro football. There's something wrong with that. That don't go together. Let me tell you something. The United States of America is known for having the dumbest school kids in the world. Wow. We have the worst school system in the world. And we wonder why China and Japan have all the jobs, because those kids are gone to school 10 and 12 hours, 5 and 6 days a week. Because you got 15 and 16-year-olds in China and Japan running around with bachelor's and master's degrees. That's why you've got 5 and 6 and 7-year-old concert piano players in China and Japan. Well, I don't know. Now, let me tell you something. My mom beat my ass. You going to school. You going to school. You're going to get an education. Let me tell you something. It's a good thing my parents, they tried to kill me. I hated them when I was growing up. I love them now. But it's an awful good thing that they treated me the way they did. Because let me tell you something for sure. As old as I am now, and as lazy as I am now, and as much as I don't want to do nothing but sit in my recliner and watch TV and smoke squares and drink coffee, I don't think I would learn anything today. It's already bad enough. Everybody knows the older you get, the less you want to do. The older you get, the less you want to learn. I'll just cut down on something else. I don't want to work that many hours. I just want to eat. I won't eat meat on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll cut down on a grocery bill. You better go to school. And all education is not created equal. Glory! All education is not created equal, honey. But I'm going to school. What school is you going to? Nail school? What you going to do with that? I'm going to cosmetology school. Stop. Come on. Mm-hmm. What you going to do with that, boo? All high school education not created equal. Find you a good high school to go. Don't just find you a school that you show up breathing and they pass you. Where are you going to go? What kind of GPA are you going to have there? Ain't no free lunches in life. There used to be. I've been sugar daddy before. Sure. I ain't too proud to. You ain't perfect neither. You ain't perfect. You probably been a sugar daddy, sugar mama to somebody else. Well, I ain't no sugar daddy no more. There ain't no sugar nothing. There ain't slinging no sugar nowhere. Ain't no sugar to sling. Well, money too tight. The Bible says you don't work, you don't eat. You better start working, you're going to starve to death. Food costs money. Well, squares cost money. Well, coffee costs money. Well, and I'm telling you one thing, I'm going to have my squares and my coffee. I ain't got nothing else. All right now. I may be riding a bicycle, but I'm going to have my squares and my coffee. Hallelujah. Wonderful Jesus.